Alright. Alright. When I'm doing the art streams, my microphone is a little bit farther away from me than it is during the other streams, which is kind of annoying, but what do you think would improve the quality of the stream better? What do you think would be a more direct improvement? Better microphone or 3D model? Probably both of them at the same time would make the stream enter its final form, but I don't know. I mean, better microphone is an obvious improvement. Better microphone is an obvious improvement. I think that you might not be realizing how goofy and silly I can get with my movements that you can't see. I don't know if you really realize. I don't know if you really understand what it means for me to have a 3D model. You might not know. It's a tough question to answer, I think. I also made myself a little espresso. I have my little espresso, the little tiny mug, I forget what they're called, and a little saucer and a little spoon. I'm gonna try not to swirl it and clink the cutlery around too much, but I really want to. Try to avoid doing that. Anyway, where are you? Where's the music? There we go. What am I doing? Who am I? What's happening? Oh, wait, that's not the right song. This is the right song. This is the right song. It's me, Jason Statham. I'm here. I'm subbing in for Alchemy Petrichor. It's me, Jason Statham. I gotta go. I gotta go transport some things while I crank it. I gotta go get real cranked while I do some transport. I don't know what other movies he was in. Probably more than that, right? Those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head. Anyway, hello, hi. How's everybody doing? How's it going? What up, Stone? What up, Pickle? What up, Phineas? What up, anybody else who might be out there watching? The phrase "what up anybody else" it always sounds very odd coming out of my mouth. What up anybody else is a strange sentence. It's a strange sequence of words. I need to maybe amend that. I don't know. How hot is this? Probably really hot, right? Let's find out. No, it's okay. It's actually not that hot. Did not finish the entire bag. I see. Probably a better thing to do before you fly out. Probably not, you probably don't want to be shoving entire bags of uh, processed foods directly down your throat right before you have to go on like a fucking 15-day journey through the air, through the skies. This might be important to why the game yesterday was. Oh, okay. More information on the Cockspur. Considered one of the world's worst weeds, it reduces crop yields and causes forage crops to fail by removing up to 80% of the available soil nitrogen. It acts as a host for several mosaic virus diseases. Heavy infestations can interfere with mechanical harvesting. I would say that probably is probably played a factor into why the writer, the developer, decided to go with that title. Use the cockspur metaphor. That, you know what? That is probably that does sound rather relevant to the themes and events of that game. Thank you for that. Better mic would be better. I know the better mic would be better, but it's not as fun. It's not as fun to me. I would have more fun with a 3D model. Maybe I'll just get both at the same time. Maybe I'll just actually go bankrupt and broke at the same time and just get both. That seems good. That seems right. How capable is the 3D model? How many fully fleshed out cavities would it have? If it's good enough, maybe just go no mic. I mean, I would probably pay for the premium package. I would probably pay for the premium, the the extra detailing. Probably for my own personal use, though. I don't think you'd be seeing any of that on the stream. At least not this one. What's up, my fellow silly hot dogs? What up, Yak? Did you misspell that? Is that supposed to say chili hot dogs? Why is it capitalized? Is that some word that I don't know? Why did you say that? Why would you say that to me? But yes. Last night we played The Dreams. Was it Dream or Dreams? Was it a single dream or multiple dreams? I don't remember. Dream. The Dream of a Cockspur. It was a good game. I liked it quite a bit, actually. I actually really enjoyed it. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I gotta go back and, I feel like I gotta go back and play it again. I feel like I missed a bunch of stuff. Oh, I'm looking at the developer's other stuff. They made a game called Drink Then Forget about drinking vodka. I want to play that one. That one seems fun. Doesn't look like they've made too much, but it does seem cool. Chat's delayed on the whenever chat is covered up by me looking at a different window, it gets it gets frozen. Maybe I should run one of Pickle's random bat files. I don't know if I know what a bat file actually is or does. I do want to try Tokon at some point. Will I actually? I don't know, but I would like to. I'm not sure if I will actually end up doing that, but bat files, anything. See, I was trying to come up with a joke. I was trying to come up with something like that, but I couldn't quite get there in time. I was trying to come up with something like that, but my brain just couldn't get there in time. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do it. I stayed up way too late last night for basically no reason. I don't really know why I did that. It was just one of those nights. Okay. This one like barely make it. Bat files or scripts that send Alka malware core. That doesn't even work. That doesn't even make sense. I don't even really know what you're getting at with that one. It's just a script for Windows. Okay, there we go. That was the answer I was looking for. That was all you had to say. That was all you had to say. That's all I wanted to know. What do you mean the stream doesn't make sense? What's fucked up about it? What about it doesn't make sense? I think everything about it makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say, Pickle, your sleep schedule's about to be annihilated anyway, so I don't think it really matters for you. No, there's no mods around here besides me. No mods, no masters. I don't trust any of you. I don't trust a single one of you with mod privileges. I do need to make sure I get enough sleep and rest and get on a better schedule. I got things I need to do. Like like make a video game, which is kind of what we'll be working on tonight, partially. I don't know. It's partially what we'll be working on tonight in some fashion. This might be one of those art streams where I don't really do anything. I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be one of those. I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be one of those. That's a good little espresso. I need to get some cuter little tableware, you know? For when I'm entertaining, of course. For when I'm hosting all of my friends for a nice afternoon, a nice little afternoon hangout, you know? Where we get together and gossip. With our little finger sandwiches, our little espressos and tea and finger sandwiches. What a world that would be. What a world that would be. One day I'll have a tea party. And everything will be right. Everything will be correct. Everything will finally make sense. I feel like listening to this tonight. It's been a while. This one's a classic. I always come back to this. Big fan of the Algernon Cadwallader. I think I found on a 4chan thread many years ago, like free download trading of like mega links and things like that. Yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm getting at, Pickle. Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, we're gonna be working on some random designs and concept art and things for the game that I'm working on with my good friend Picture Point. But this is what we've got so far in the latest round. We have our little main character here, who's like a little guy with a headgear visor thing, techno headgear visor thing, little poncho that kind of it's got two little seams, and you can see down here it kind of like opens up and the arms come out. I kind of want to have it be like when you're just like walking around and running around and doing stuff. Uh, it's completely sealed up, and then you pull out, you go to pick something up, interact with something, pull out a weapon or whatever. The arms come out. I want to keep this silhouette very like basic. I want to keep the shape very basic, which is partially why I designed the backpack like this, as just like a little pod that kind of opens up. I'm trying to keep this shit simple because I have like no experience with 3D modeling, so we're trying to keep things. I'm trying to keep things like uh basic shapes and all that for now. Um, and then there's an enemy design over here, which is inspired by like I don't know, like kelp, I guess. The enemies are gonna be like weird, like mutated plant monster creature things. Thinking of making them like underwater themed, even though it doesn't take place underwater, it takes place on land. I feel like seeing underwater stuff on land would be like a nice little like unnerving kind of ethereal tone to it. It reminds me of one of the secret bosses in Bloodborne. Which one? But yeah, I think we'll just do some more doodling tonight because I have some ideas for things I want to doodle. I have some more ideas for enemies and things like that. I want to do variations on the backpack too. I want to do like, like this would be like the very basic backpack, and then maybe you get like a bigger one, and then you get like and even like I want there to be like visual upgrades. Ebrietas. I kind of remember what Ebrietas looks like. It's a very freaky looking thing. Oh yeah, I could see it. The arms definitely look similar. The arms definitely look similar. Man, Bloodborne is such a good game. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. One that's made of fish? One what that's made of fish? Oh, Bloodborne boss? I don't think there's any Bloodborne bosses made of fish. I thought you were gonna say I thought you were gonna say that it reminded you of the Orphan of Kos. That was what I was initially thinking when you said that. Backpack? Maybe. Maybe you could get different shaped backpacks. You could have the fish pack. You can get the fish pack. There is water, but I think we're just gonna leave that to that's just gonna be an obstacle, you know? I don't think it's gonna be I don't think you're gonna be able to go into it. I kind of also want to design the enemies in a way where it's like there's like gradations of them. Like this would like maybe be like a mid-tier guy, and then like the basic guy would just be like a little one of these little nodules running around. Like something like this maybe. Why did you say it like that? That makes me feel like you're not just joshing me. Why did you say it like that? I was about to say when you say it's just like a joke, I think it makes me think you're being serious. You're doing that thing that I do where I pretend it's a joke even though it's like not really a joke. Or you say it as a joke and then it becomes not a joke. You say it as a joke and it becomes not a joke after a while. You gotta be careful with that. You'll end up like me. See, exactly. You'll end up like me. And nobody wants that. You absolutely don't want that, I can tell you that much. You're googling fish egg freaks. I thought you were calling me a freak. I thought it was draw some fish eggs freak, not like a fish egg freak. I don't know what that would be. What up, picture? I thought you were calling me a freak. Okay, I see. I know exactly. That's why I thought you were just saying that without using the comma because you thought I would know. I don't know. I kind of want like uh I don't know, like little swirls on them instead of faces. I don't know. I'm not really sure why. I want like a little swirly design on them. But I feel like I don't know. I don't think I like the little tentacles. Mainly because I'm thinking that might be kind of hard to animate. Maybe just give them little feetsies and they hop around. Oh yeah, maybe they hop around. Maybe they just have like little things like that. And then they kind of flop them and they do little leaps at you. Fuck, dude, I am so tired. I don't understand what's happening. Oh yeah, they fucked up yeah, they fucked that up. You got your rank rewards again for every single faction level that you had. Thirty 9:30? When the fuck did that happen? I don't understand how they made the game just doesn't work half the time. I don't understand how they fucked it up that badly. It's just constantly breaking in new ways. feel like there needs I feel like there needs to be a step in between this guy and this guy. Like maybe one with like a I don't know, like a Fresno Nightcrawler type one that's just kind of like running around on two little legs. I don't know. I don't think I want to talk about Marathon tonight. I don't think I want to have the same conversation I've had 500 million times again. I don't think I have the energy for it right now. I don't know if I can play video games anymore, if I'm being honest. I might have to stop. I have too much other stuff I need to do. I don't know if I can play video games anymore. I'm thinking about it. Was last night's stream a long one? I feel like it was. I think it was like 6 hours or something. I think it was a long one. Yeah, it was definitely, it ended late for sure, yeah. I don't know what color I want these things to be either. I kind of want them to be like, I don't know, to have like a weird color scheme. I kind of want them to have like a very bright kind of color scheme. Either that or like just black. I don't know. I think I kind of want it to be like a more of a bright, like psychedelic kind of color scheme because I feel like I don't know, the color of corruption being dark, I feel like is a little out overdone. Like making them black and red and purple or whatever, I feel like would be a little overdone. Plus, they're not really like corruption. They're not like bad. They're not like your usual fantasy corruption. They fulfill the same role, but they're not the same. They don't work the same. I don't know. These are big questions. Oh man, you've only got small answers. I mean, I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get. I think like I don't know. I just realized I'm gonna experience it. I'm gonna experience like you know how when you're playing a game or something and you go and you look at the concept art and you see how much concept art didn't actually make it into the final game and like how different everything in the actual game looks like to the concept art. I'm gonna experience that firsthand. I'm gonna experience that with my own work. It's gonna be devastating. It's gonna be devastating. Stop it with the fish egg thing. Don't make this a thing. Stop doing that. I don't like it. I mean, it might. I don't know. I don't think I want any of them to be like. I think I want them to all be plant-based. I don't know if I want them to be like, and I don't know if I want there to be any animals. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see how it play tests. A tree split in half, and it's got another tree growing inside of it, but that tree is all freaked up. That's not a bad idea. That's already what some of the enemies are gonna be like. There's gonna be like infected machinery that has like coral looking stuff growing out of it. You know, like another little tank. That's not what a tank looks like. But it has, it has like the coral structures growing out of it and like barnacles and things. This is tank game, yes. This is all the stuff in tank game that's not a tank. It's all the things in the tank game that aren't the tanks. Yeah, I feel like there needs to be a step, an evolutionary step in between these two. There needs to be something in the middle. But what I don't know yet. Yeah, we'll make it. I think a little Fresno Nightcrawler kind of idea. Where's a good picture of these guys? I don't think this is the this. I don't think this is the actual image. But still, these guys, these mysterious figures, these strange entities. They kind of just got like, they kind of got just like goofy little legs hanging out. Actually, I think I even just doing it like this. I think I do kind of like the just the two legs coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. Yeah, they look like they're about to do a jaunty little jig. I guess it kind of looks like a sperm when you just put it like that. We got to give it some nice thick thighs. We got to give it some nice thick thighs. Okay, no, this is good because, you know, you have the legs as very obvious weak points that you shoot and they like explode and then it like flops on the ground and it's like, ah! It makes that exact noise. Now, does it have little arms? No, I don't think it does. I think that would be too silly. I don't think I want it to have arms. This is another song that I wish I could use as a an intro song, but it's simply too long. That's another thing. I'm feeling motivated to try and make videos again. Of course, that would require me to play video games, but then I could at least justify that I'm playing the video game for like a project, you know? Oh no, okay. No, it's not a swirl. Or is it a swirl? I'm imagining like I think like I don't know. Maybe like the concentric circles is like I think that might actually be the answer like I did here because I'm imagining like, they can shoot little energy orbs at you, you know? And the way that they fire is like you see the circles kind of like they kind of like contract inwards, they kind of like shrink together and they form one like solid mass and then it like shoots out at you. And as they get larger the attack becomes more powerful. Like these guys, the tiny ones fire like very little like slow moving projectiles. The ones on two legs shoot like faster moving ones or maybe like a couple at a time and these guys are just straight up like shooting lasers at you. I like it. I like it. Do they have extra fronds coming out of them? Hold on. What would that look like? No, I think we keep them. I think we keep them with just the one. I think we keep them with just the one. I think we keep them with just the one. Maybe one day I'll eventually be working on 3D models on the stream. I don't know. I'm gonna have to build up a lot more skill and confidence with that. Both of which are currently at zero. Skill and confidence in that realm is currently both of those are at zero right now. So it's probably gonna be a while before we get to that. I don't know. I could develop negative skill or negative confidence. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Third person cameras officially. Well, we already had that. We just had a not very good one. Do you mean the over? Do you mean like the more rigid camera? Now it's good. Okay. I should actually be taking notes on the shit I just said. All right. I need to find good examples of interesting undersea underwater plants and corals and things like that. Obviously obviously anemones are good. We can work with that. I want something that like floats in the I don't know. I was thinking about this. I don't think I want to have I don't know if I want there to be animals within this pollution or whatever. I'm for some reason my inclination is I want it to be just plant life or plant themed. The oarfish is like the really long one, right? Oarfish. Yeah, this thing. Man, that thing is freaky. Oh, I can't drag this image into the. Oh my god. Oh wow, this one's huge. Oh my god. Is there a good image? I mean, I guess this is an illustration, but it works. They report. I think I knew that. Oh yeah, sea cucumbers. We can do something with that. Sourgassum? I don't have any idea what that is. Sargassum is I think what you're talking about. Oh yeah, this. The only marine grass that never roots and lives entirely floating around. Oh, so they could just be like floating around in the sky. I see. That's interesting. They could be like clouds almost. That would be cool. There's like mini, small, large, and then we need an XL. We need an XL version of one of these things. We need the Titan class. We need the Destroyer class. Actually, I can take notes on this right now. Write that down. Sargassum. I like that idea. I'll have to research this later. What if, no, you were in a simulated fight club. Oh, okay. I think it's time for a break, though. Yeah, we're reaching the hour mark. I just hit the, oh, what is this? Oh, wow, it opened up Discord on my, it opened up Discord in my web browser, like on my account. I didn't even know that was possible. What happens if somebody else clicks on that link? What the hell? Should you be posting that? I had an idea for urchins. I had an idea for what the urchins would be like. They would be urchins. I don't know why I said that like it was some genius idea. Oh no, it was kind of like I was thinking that we could have like little they kind of look just like little I don't know, like little jelly blobs, you know? Just kind of attached to something. And then when you get close to them, they kind of start to like they kind of start to ripple a little bit, you know? Like they react to your presence. And then when you get too close, they spike out and they stab you. So you got to be careful. Like they kind of react to your when you get close, they kind of react and they start to wiggle around and form like little they're about to form like little spikes. And when you get too close, they go full urchin mode and they stab you. All right. I think it is BRB time. I need to go get some more water. I don't have any water. I drank all of it like almost right away. Do I have a little? I have a little left. Anyway, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna take a break. I'm going to do some stuff. And then I'll be back. Oh man, I'm it's tough. It's tough out here, man. Oh baby. Oh, baby. Anyway, I'll be right back. You know, I didn't even really consciously think about this, but I guess it makes sense. I like the idea of the underwater things, or like having the weird stuff be underwater themed because it's like, if everybody's living underground and they're like, I don't know, maybe they have like a certain amount of supplies or things that were brought with them, or like they had like a self-contained ecosystem, but it's like breaking down or whatever, so they have to try to return to the surface. Maybe they just don't know what the ocean is. Maybe so much time has passed. They just don't even know what the ocean is, or like they've never seen underwater life before. So communicate that extra layer of strangeness when they see stuff like this. Like they wouldn't be like, "Oh, that looks like kelp," or like, "Oh, that looks like coral," or like a fish. They'd be like, "What the fuck is that thing?" Huh? That could be kind of an interesting little angle to work into it. They have absolutely no idea what they're looking at. They don't really have anything to compare it to, or like you would expect them to compare it to like that kind of stuff, but they don't really like make any suggestion, or they don't really like make any of the comparisons you'd think because they don't have that frame of reference. That could be cool. That could be cool. I don't know. Draw something. Draw some type of fish. Draw an oarfish or some other type of fish. What's the fish that I really like? Is it the arowana? I mean, I do like these guys, but that's not what I'm thinking of. What's the fish with the really long, like snout looking thing? They have really goofy looking. Is it a gar? That might be it. It is a gar. I like these guys. These guys are really funny looking. I don't think it's a pike. Yeah, no, not a pike. I'm thinking of a gar. What up, Minty? The only fish that I know of are the ones that I've caught in Animal Crossing. And even then, I haven't played Animal Crossing in a long time, so I don't know if I even know those. Hold on, I gotta turn my fan on. I forgot to do that. I was gonna do that when I came back in here. God. There we go. I don't know the humphead wrasse. Oh my god. I don't know if I can do this tonight. I don't know what happened. I mean, I do know what happened, but I definitely recognize these things. I know what fish look like. I just don't know their names. I've seen fish before, actually, believe it or not. That's a little known fact about me. I have seen fish before. It's true. You might not know that, but it's true. Might be the worst one yet. I don't know. It just very well might be. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. What a silly looking little creature this is. I kind of want to color these in, but I still don't have any idea what color I want them to be. I do want to draw a little fish pack. Then again, if we're going with the idea that they don't know what fish are, this will be an unlockable cosmetic. This will be premium DLC. Perfect. There it is. Yeah. I don't know. These colors are really kind of like they're kind of like freaking me out. I don't know what to do for them. I'm not really sure. I need to illustrate what I was talking about before, so I actually remember this idea because I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one. Actually, I need to write next to this. All right. So yeah, the lines, the markings kind of like concentrate together and then ripple back out when the shot actually happens. Man. My handwriting is much better when I'm actually writing physically as opposed to using this. There we go. I don't know. If we can pull that off, I feel like that's going to look really cool. If we can pull that off, I feel like that's going to look really cool. Also, this thing looks kind of like a fucked up Pikmin. These things are maybe a little bit like, I don't know, a little bit Pikmin inspired, I guess. Maybe just a little bit, because I played that so recently. It's what a Bulbmin looks like before crawling into a Bulborb. I know there is concept art of that. Bulbmin are very silly looking. It would be fun to have a pet Bulborb. I don't know. I think a lot of the Pikmin creatures would be fun to have as pets. I think a little Bulborb would be fun. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Maybe it's not concept art. Maybe it's just fan art. But I'm pretty sure there's concept art of what they look like when they're actually like inside of a Bulborb. I feel like I've seen that before, but now I'm not finding it. Oh man, the Pikmin concept art's kind of creepy. Man, I'm not good at searching. I'm not good at searching internet anymore. Is there a higher quality image of these? Why is this so tiny? Oh man, I like it. It's just as goofy looking as I would expect. Man, I really don't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the rock Pikmin. I'm not a big fan, I gotta say. They're not my favorite. I definitely don't like the ice Pikmin. I think those guys are a bit silly. Why are they made of ice? I don't get it. I don't like it. I mean, you can if you want to, if you'd like to. Why are white? I mean, a plant being poisonous is a little bit easier to get. It's a little bit of an easier concept to get behind than a plant creature that's literally made of ice. I just don't really like the way that the rock. I wish like they don't. I don't know. They don't really look like. I don't know. Like they just look like rocks. Oh my God, I'm really struggling here. I'm sorry. Hey, bud, what's up? Now I want to get stepped on? No, it's a joke. Because the name of the working title for the game is Project Tread, like tank treads. So it's like, it's a joke. You're gonna get tread on. I mean, it is also a joke about getting stepped on, but like, you know. Oh, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. I mean, of all the things that get talked about on the stream, I feel like that's probably like one on the tamer side, you know? I feel like that's probably on the tamer end. Yeah, that's true. I was gonna do like a huge one. Is there like a what do you call like a huge mass of kelp? Is there like a name for it? A kelp forest, I guess? Like what does a huge gigantic piece of kelp look like? They're just really, really tall, it seems like. Ooh, this is cool looking. Look at these guys. That's some cool looking kelp. Thanks, Philip Kala. Yeah, I don't know, like something like this. Like this kind of visual is like very striking. It's a cool it's a cool like environment. I don't know. I kind of want to have like a I don't know. I'm picturing something like a very large like node with like four like oh maybe not four, maybe three. Oh, do like a War of the Worlds like tripod style look, you know? Hold on. That might be we might be able to do something like that. We might be able to do something like that. Hold on. That might be the direction we take this. Oh, I didn't even I missed that, so I missed the question. What would I have suggested? I mean, I probably would have said something like, I don't know, whichever one you want. That probably would have been my suggestion, so it wouldn't have been helpful. It wouldn't have been a helpful suggestion, but imagining like little I would probably try DMT at some point if I was presented with the opportunity. I think it might be interesting. Hey, Pikmin aren't freak of natures. Have you seen the other shit that hangs out? Oh my god. It's a very stocky Pikmin. There's something very threatening about it. Something very threatening about that one. Hey Albertusca, how's it going? Worry about it? Worry about what? The Pikmin? Or you? Or some other third thing that I have no idea. Oh, that doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. Hmm. What am I drawing? I'm drawing concept art for a game that I'm working on. Just various doodles. This is the main character with his little cloak and his visor, some backpacks, maybe a fish themed backpack, and then some enemies. Or some variations on enemies that are all like kelp themed. So you got the small one, you got the medium sized one, you got the big one, and then you got the extra big one. Yeah, I feel like there's something here. I feel like there's something here. I'm liking this idea. Why do they look like bacteria? Well, they're supposed to be like some sort of like I don't know, like infection, corruption that's spreading. So that makes sense. I wasn't consciously thinking bacteria, but if that's what it makes you think of, that's probably a good thing. I feel like that is what you want to be. If it evokes that kind of idea, I feel like that's probably a good thing. Threatening variant. I was about to say, I was guessing either given a knife or angry eyebrows. The angry eyebrows drawn on it. Speaking of angry eyebrows, I think we might be. I don't know. I think we might be in store for another Kirby game soon. I don't know which one. I don't know. I'm feeling vaguely nostalgic. I do have a game. I do have a game that I want to play, but it might be kind of long. It might be kind of long, and I'm worried about that. After Septerra Core, I don't know if I want to launch into anything super long. Your Automata, all endings? No, I'd have to stream the first Nier also. I couldn't just go into the sequel. I'd have to stream Replicant first. Subnautica? Never played Subnautica. I've never played Subnautica. That might be a good idea though. It might help serve as inspiration. The game is about you're like a it takes place in sort of a post-apocalyptic world where you emerge from the underground on the surface and you're trying to build up civilization and like establish settlements and you drive around a little tank. The main gameplay is you're driving around a little tank and delivering supplies. You're gathering shit and delivering supplies around. The main gameplay element of the tank is not featured in any of this art right now, but that is going to be a big part of it. And you will be able to get out of the tank and run around. So that's why there's a little guy. That's why there's a little guy in various sizes of enemies. You know, like maybe you fight this one and this one on foot, but like this one and definitely this one would be like purely tank based foes. Well, this is not a turn based RPG, so I think it's a little different. Hey, what up, sir? Awesome art, thank you. You're gonna go for the drawing pad? This is what's pushing you over the edge? Away from the meat grinder to the drawing pad? I see. As far as the dream, I was thinking, as far as the dream of combining all the meats goes, there has to be some way that you can achieve that without having to buy your own meat grinder. Surely you could just like pay a butcher or something to do that for you. Oh my god, he's got a grenade. Do you mean Ken Shi? Kenshi? Because that sounds like what you're saying. That's what that game is. Unless there's a different game like that called Kenji. Okay, I do have to play that game. It does seem cool. You send me the story? Oh. I don't think I saw that. Through what avenue did you send it to me? Through what vector was it delivered? Twitter? Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Twitter does this fucking weird thing. Okay, let me check. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. Twitter does this fucking weird thing where it's like even though I have it so that people can send me messages, even though I have it so that people can send me messages on Twitter, it doesn't give me a notification when I get them, which I don't understand. It kind of defeats the purpose. I don't know why, but it doesn't give me notifications when I get messages. I mean, not that I'm getting like a bunch of messages on Twitter, but sometimes it has happened before. Sometimes I do, and I just don't. It just doesn't give me a notification. So that's actually good you told me that because I maybe would have missed it otherwise. Vector, yes, vector. It's like I don't know, what is the exact I know that I'm using the word it's like a way that you deliver something. I mean, there's a lot of definitions for it. Yeah, a vector is a quantity with magnitude and direction. So something of a certain amount of force heading in a particular direction. A disease-carrying organism or a mathematical graphics path. I'm using it in the disease version where it's spreading something from one thing to another, you know? Like a mosquito is a vector for malaria. It's a method of administering something or delivering something. I'm also noticing, I'm realizing that I use words weird a lot of the time. I don't know. I tend to speak in a very literary fashion, where I use words in ways that are more evocative than literal a lot of the time. I I don't know. I could see how it maybe would be not. It's not the easiest to understand if English isn't your first language. Or even if it is, it probably might not be. The geometric algebra definition of vector is a multivector of grade A. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I didn't mean it that way. I wasn't using it in that way. I like the story. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I don't know. I like this thing. I'm imagining that like maybe it starts out like if it's just like walking around like the two arms are like maybe like I don't know. Like the two arms are like maybe coiled around it in a way and it kind of has like the fronds like in a the fronds are kind of like wrapped around it and it kind of is in like a little cocoon thing so you can't really see what it looks like. And then when it triggers it like they spread out into like, you know, this kind of like weird wing formation and you're like, "Oh shit, dude." Yeah, I can't I'm not I'm not math brained. I'm not math brained at all whatsoever. I really don't like doing math. I hated math in school. I could not, I don't know. I find it very uninteresting and just like not, I can't, my brain just doesn't work in that way, you know? I'm not a numbers oriented bitch. I feel like it needs like, I don't know, maybe I want to keep the design a little bit simple. I feel like it maybe needs like some more like shit hanging off of it or like coming off of the head. I don't know. Is that too silly? No, I think it needs it. I think it needs it. It needs a leaf. Clifford algebra. Oh. Oh. I don't know why. That one's kind of scary to me. I guess Vector is also some sort of cartoon character. I guess Vector's also a character from Despicable Me. I really have no idea what Despicable Me even is. I know that they're movies. I've had absolutely no exposure to them whatsoever at all. I've never seen like a single second of any of those movies, I don't think. I have no idea what they're actually about or what happens in them. They're a little bit outside my personal areas of interest, I must say. Yeah, there you go. I knew Yak would know what you were talking about. I knew Yak was a huge Minions fan. Oh, you started out with more than that? That's kind of surprising. I wouldn't have guessed. Is this a slot? What is this supposed to be? Okay, I was about to say, is it supposed to be a slot machine? I kind of get it, but it's a little weird that you can't see the slot part. I guess this person is trans. They have several trans-themed emotes. I see. I don't know. I feel like there's something missing from this one, but I don't know what it is. Is it more leaves? Is it more fronds? I don't know. Is it? I didn't know that. Sharks are trans? I wasn't aware. The hell is that? You don't know any of these people where the emojis are from. Oh. Do you just get random gift subs to channels that you don't follow? I know that that happens to people sometimes. They just catch random gift subs to channels that they don't follow. There is a setting on your profile that you can check that I have checked where you will not receive gift subs from channels that you don't follow. I think it should just work like that normally. I don't think that should be like a checkbox that the user individually has to check off. I feel like it should just work like that normally for everybody. And it should be up to the streamer if they want to, it should be an option to the streamer if they want gift subs to go to people that don't follow the channel. I don't know. I feel like you just shouldn't be able to get gift subs to channels you don't even follow. That just seems like I don't know. It's always been very weird to me that that's possible. What's not your thing personally? It's IKEA. It has also become a cultural icon in countries like Russia and China. Played a symbolic role in Switzerland's same-sex marriage referendum and gained significance within the transgender community. What do you mean? How the hell did that happen? Actually, okay, there's an explanation. Uh, People observed that the primary colors of the toy, a blue body, a pink mouth, and a white belly, match the colors of the transgender flag. IKEA appeared to acknowledge this phenomenon when the company ran a series of ads supporting this 2021 Swiss same-sex marriage referendum. I mean, that's not really like, I don't think that, I feel like that doesn't really make sense. The way that you've phrased that, Wikipedia, I don't think being trans is the same as, it doesn't really have anything to do with same-sex marriage, but uh, all right. I don't see it. I don't know. Again, I don't think my brain operates in that way. I don't think I would ever look at that shark and be like, oh, it's the trans colors. But, accuse the protagonist of what? The world? Wait, how did you get two? You can get two emotes? You can unlock two emotes? Damn. I guess you could probably unlock as many as you want. I don't really know how it works. I don't really know how anything on this godforsaken website works, if I'm being honest with you. If I'm being honest with you, I simply don't know. I mean, I don't know. You're the only person who does that, Stone, so I thought maybe it was restricted to just one. I don't know. Oh. Oh. What have I been listening to lately? I don't even know. I don't even know. Anyway, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna take a break. I'm going to. I have to put my laundry. I have to do laundry tonight. I see it. I remember to do it. Whenever I have to do laundry, I put the laundry basket right next to where I'm sitting so that I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta remember to do that. Um, Sometimes I forget to put the laundry basket there, and it doesn't help, and I forget anyway. Like yesterday, I was supposed to do laundry yesterday, but I forgot. I need to go do that. I need to go do that. You had a monster? Ugh. I'm clean of energy drinks. I've been clean of energy drinks for a while now. I think I might be in the phase where I can treat myself to one every once in a while if I feel like it, but I gotta really be. I don't know. I feel like when I'm not, I feel like they affect me. Um, I feel like an energy drink of when I drink an energy drink and I'm not used to having that much caffeine or that kind of shit in my system, it makes me less productive because I get agitated. When I have too much caffeine, it like I get like pissed off and it like agitates me. So I become not productive. It doesn't actually like help me do shit and be energized, you know? It makes me like freaking unable to focus because I don't know. I don't really know. I guess agitated is like the best way of this. I don't know. Not like mad, but or like pissed off or irritated, but just, you know, agitated. I'm vibrating at a higher frequency and I don't like it. Okay, I have to get up now. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. All right. Whoa. I have returned. Oh, that's horrifying. Utterly horrifying. Is anyone familiar with FMA school? Like Full Metal Alchemist school? What do you mean? I don't know. What's FMA school? When you say FMA, I think Full Metal Alchemist. If that's if that's something else, then I don't know. Filipino martial arts legend. No, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm interested. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but I'm very interested. This sounds precisely like something that I want to know about. Legendary clip lost to time? Oh, that's not good. It's got to be out there somewhere, right? It has to have been preserved somewhere. Now you just reminded me of, I think we were talking about Deadliest Warrior on the trip. I think it was a Deadliest Warrior clip where, they would always like, the premise of the show was they would pit like two warriors from like two types of warrior from history against each other. And they'd go through like the entire like historical context and like where they were from and like what weapons and techniques they used. Um, but they would have demonstrations on like ballistic gel dummies. And I remember there's one of I think I don't remember what it was, but it was a guy with a knife. It was a guy with a knife like demonstrating on the ballistic dummy, and he starts like stabbing the dummy like in the neck like a million times, and he's just going like ah ah. He's like practically like having a mental breakdown while he like stabs the ballistic dummy, and like everybody around just like watching like kind of uncomfortably. Like he's having like a full on like PTSD psychotic break while he stabs this ballistic dummy to death. And then the show is just like, wow, wasn't that cool? Wasn't that amazing? I think it might have been after I think it might have been after you left on Saturday. I think for some reason I brought up Deadliest Warrior. Spike TV baby. Oh, there you go. Maybe there's some cross-pollination here. I don't use memes, except for the memes that I use. I do use those ones. What do I want to listen to now? The Virgin meme poster versus the Chad reference maker. See, it's funny because that's a meme in and of itself. You get it? See what's going on there? stream has been an incredible challenge, I gotta say. I'm really fighting. I'm really fighting to keep going. I'm getting like I don't know what happened, but I'm getting like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff. I'm getting JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff like recommended to me lately. I don't really know why. I don't really know what happened. I'm seeing a lot of stuff about John Rod. I really want to know more about John Rod. Apparently that's like the big reveal in JoJo. Yeah, this guy. The most menacing stand that's ever existed, apparently. John Rod has appeared. I'm really looking forward to finding out what this thing's deal is in like 10 years. I do have to say though, I really, really, really like designs like this. I really, really, really like designs like this. There's just something, I don't know, I like very weird, like abstract, like simple shit like this. There is something very menacing and like unnerving about it. Is John Rod challenging you to a death match? Maybe. It kind of seems like it, right? I think it's also just really funny that its name is John Rod. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very much on the side of like, I don't know. I like weird off-kilter designs. I like simple designs more than like overdone designs, I guess. Something that's like explicitly trying to be threatening or like menacing or evil, I feel like usually is not as effective on me. I feel like it doesn't really work. I like stuff that's just weird. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not exactly. I don't know if that's really actually example of what I'm talking about, but maybe. I don't know. I'm not really in an introspective mood tonight. I'm not really in a philosophical mood. I'm not in a silly mood. I don't know if I have a mood tonight. I don't think I'm in any sort of mood. I don't know if I even have a mood. I do like these guys. I'm very happy with how these designs turned out. This thing is like one of the rare examples of me working on a design and the design ends up turning out better than what I pictured in my head, which like basically never happens ever. If I had the two color even split skin, what colors would they be? Can I pick the same color twice? Is that an option or does that not count? But I initially had an idea. I didn't really have anything specific for this thing in mind. I did kind of want to take inspiration from like the little kelp nodules and have it be like a bulbous little lanky creature. But then I decided to lean into the kelp idea a little bit more, and this is what came out, and I'm actually very happy. I don't know. Sometimes these things just work out. Sometimes these things, sometimes these things just work out. I mean, I feel like I would probably go with either white and black or red and blue. I'd go with some classics. I don't think I'd go with anything too crazy. I like black and white. I like designs that are all black and white. And I like as far as like non real skin colors go, I like red and I like blue. That's actually I kind of want to do that character now, the red Oni, blue Oni, but instead of being two characters, it's one character that's split in half. I feel like that could be cool. This little dinosaur thing is making me want to play Point B. I gotta beat that final level. I haven't beaten it yet. I get close. I haven't beaten it yet. It does reinforce my hypothesis. It does reinforce my hypothesis. One of the core foundations of video games is being able to collect fruit. That's like one of the core pillars of what makes a good video game is the ability to collect fruit for points or other rewards. If you have a game where you collect fruit and it rewards you in some way, it's probably a good game. It's an easy thing. It's one of the fundamental it's one of the fundamental like I don't know, like you know how like when you talk about like photography, you have like the rule of thirds and things like that, or when you're talking about cinema, you have like the 180-degree rule or like these kinds of things. I feel like we need to establish those for video games. And I feel like one of them is the rule of fruit collection. Collecting fruit will always just feel intrinsically satisfying. Your next story will be about red and blue. The colors? Just the concept? Pac-Man might be the start. That's a good video game like archaeology kind of question. That's a good video game archaeology question. What was the first game that let you collect fruit for points? What was the first game that had fruit as a collectible? I'm really spitting a lot when I do the F. When I say fruit. Is my profile picture Bibi? Yes, it is. What up, Wushu? I don't know how to pronounce that. How's it going? It is BB. Yes, it's some fan art that somebody made of me as BB from Of the Killer, which I gotta do a replay of that. It's been a while since I played it. I gotta go back and play that game. I think it is actually one of my favorite games. I do really like it. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. I made it into a BRB screen. Here's the full art. This is the full picture. Yes, I'm very happy with that one. I'm very pleased. Yeah, no, that hasn't been people have definitely heeded my desires in that regard. I used to be under constant threat of hex and or curse. A lot of people out there wanted to cast hexes and or curses upon me, and I really did not like that. I was not a big fan. There are a lot of malicious people roaming around. Now I think the new thing is people just want to eat me. I mean, I guess that was the old thing too, but it's the new thing. It's the more prominent thing. Which I guess could also be read as malicious, but I think they mean it in a loving way. Maybe. No, don't do that. Don't hex me as a joke. What was I gonna say? Are you familiar with the other works of Stephen Gilmurphy, aka the Catamites, who made Of the Killer? I'm surprised at how many people recognize the profile picture. You're not the first person to mention it. Hey Seamus, what's up? Petra Horror? Cheater, what do you mean? Alright, see you later, sir. You take care as well. I will attempt to check out the writing at some point soon. I make no promises, but yes, he did make Goblet Grotto. He made Goblet Grotto. He made. Why am I blanking? Goblet Grotto, Magic Wand. What games have I streamed? Goblet Grotto, Magic Wand, 10 Beautiful Postcards, Space Funeral, Mouse Core, and a bunch of other stuff. If you like Of the Killer, I highly recommend checking out 10 Beautiful Postcards. I feel like that game is very, very, very underrated. It is a walk around, talk 'em up, Yuma Nikki kind of vibe, but it's very good. If you like Of the Killer, I think you'll enjoy that one too. Don't play Koi? I love playing Koi though. That's my favorite thing. That one's not that bad. That's a solid color hex. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what's defined as cheating, if anything. Yeah, I got a replay of the killer though. It's been a while. It is also my intro music, now that I think about it. On the stream starting soon screen when I'm getting ready, or not, when I'm getting ready to actually get to the bulk of the stream and I'm just yapping at the beginning, I play Check In from the soundtrack. Check In and Check Out from the soundtrack. That game has had a big impact on the stream, I guess, now that I think about it. It's become inextricably linked to my brand as a streamer. I hope Mr. Gilmurphy is okay with that. My answer to this question will determine my punishment. I did read the latest chapter. I did read the latest chapter. It's been very good lately, so I gotta make sure that I'm on top of it so I can talk about it with people. Please don't say things like that. Don't say things like that. Especially when there's new people around. I don't want people thinking that I'm some sort of crazy sex freak. Actually, no, I guess it's probably better that they get exposed to that early. You know what, now that I think about it, it's probably better we get that out of the way early. My stream title is Please Tread on Me, and I've got submissive in my tags. I forgot about that. To be fair, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I forgot about that. I'm not really looking at the stream tags very often. Those have been like that for a while. And as soon as I title the stream, it kind of leaves my brain. I type in the title of the stream and I start streaming and I kind of forget. So maybe it is a little more obvious. The reason that the title is Please Tread on Me though is because I'm working on a video game and the working title is we're calling it Project Tread because it's about tanks or tanks are a big part of it. So like tank treads. But also I did title the stream that because I figured it would be I figured it was good clickbait. I figured it was good clickbait. I forget, am I banned from talking about the Fuckafan convention, or was that ban lifted? I think I was banned for a while from talking about that. That and the piss ban still stand? Oh, I've definitely been in violation of that second one. But yes, One Piece was crazy good this week. I think it might be happening. I think I think the thing that I wanted to happen might actually be happening. I think the Straw Hats might actually lose. I really hope they do. You're 3 chapters behind? Okay, okay, okay. No spoilers. No spoilers. No, no, no. It's fine. We don't have to talk about it. No spoilers. I said what I wanted to say. You got to get caught up though. Now is the time that you need to make sure that you're caught up. Now is definitely the time that you need to make sure that you're caught up. Spoilers at this juncture are deadly. Spoilers at this juncture are potentially fatal. So be careful. It's like Gojo versus Sukuna again. God damn it. I'm not a JJK fan. I don't really like JJK. I don't really like JJK, and this has been like this fact has been used against me. I'm normally able to avoid One Piece spoilers. I like never ever ever get anything One Piece related spoiled for me. I think 2 chapters ago I got something spoiled for me that I was actually upset about. It's like it's never happened to me in my entire life, but very recently it started. People are getting too hyped. I know, I am able to avoid spoilers expertly because of that. Oh yeah, also Seamus, I have a very important question I need to ask you. I have a very important question I have to ask you. What do you know about John Rod? I'm seeing a lot of talk about John Rod lately. Do you know anything about John Rod? I'm very curious as to what's going on in the JoJo sphere right now. I'm seeing a lot of hype over John Rod. And just based on the very little I've seen, I'm kind of hyped about it too. JoJo Lane's peak. I see, I see. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I stopped reading about partway through part 6, and now I'm just going back and watching the anime. I think once I'm done watching part 6, I might read through part 7 onwards. I don't know. I don't read manga nearly as much as I should, even though I really like it. But yeah, apparently everybody's super hype about John Rod. And I have absolutely no idea why, but yes, I very much enjoy his aura. Maybe the oarfish. He's him. Wait, so yeah, so we're on part 9 right now. Part 9 is JoJo Lands. Part 8 is JoJo Leon. And then part 7 is Steel Ball Run. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the fact that the titles of the parts just have JoJo in them now. That feels a bit silly. I mean, maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a reason for that, but I feel like JoJo Leon and JoJo Lands don't exactly have the same. They don't exactly have the same catchiness and flavor to them that something like Steel Ball Run or like Stardust Crusaders has. Golden Wind is a much better name for a saga than JoJo Lands, I feel like. But that might just be me. Again, maybe there's a reason for that, but I'm rapidly approaching the part of the stream where I can't draw anymore, but I'm gonna keep trying. Twin JoJo protags to happen. The new Avatar. I did see the trailer for the new Avatar. I mean, I saw the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer. Stone Ocean is a fantastic title. Kitty's Hognose vat. That is a very tiny vat. This is a shockingly low res image. Considering the normal quality of image we get of animals on the stream, this one's shockingly low quality. I'm not used to that. Yeah, there's the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Oh man, I can't. How do I get to the other shit? Here we go. No, I read JJK and watched a little bit. I mean, like, I saw in my YouTube feed that the trailer for the new Avatar series came out, but I didn't actually click on it and watch it. And in the thumbnail, there were twins, so. I don't know, I have so many manga I want to read. I need to, like. I need to do that. And I have to read Homestuck, too. I really want to read Witch Hat Atelier. I'm very much. I've been interested in that for a long time. I really want to actually read it now. I was in a bookstore a while ago, and I was like flipping through there's the manga section in like Borders and bookstores and shit like that is huge now. It's crazy. But I was flipping through the Witch Hat Atelier volumes, and I was like, God damn, this is beautiful. This is like so well illustrated. I know. I've been interested in that series for a while. I need to actually start it. I also got to read Girls Last Tour. I'm very interested in reading that. I read Shimenji Simulation, and it was like Shimenji Simulation. I think is an all timer. I'm definitely gonna have to reread that one at some point. It left a very big impact on me. What am I lying about? What do you mean? You just posted this. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Let's go through this. Let's see what this is. I've never read Homestuck, but there's a type of media that I call a homestuck, and I think it's a useful categorization. The main criteria are long enough that the time investment is a serious barrier to entry, irrevocably changes your personality, brings something genuinely unique to the table. There is no real substitute for reading, playing, slash watching it in its entirety. Fate Stay Night is a homestuck. Worm is a homestuck. When They Cry is a homestuck. Undertale has cultural impacts similar to a Homestuck at first glance, but the fact that it's a pretty short and accessible game means that you don't get the particular mix of sunk cost fallacy and an intimate experience with a piece of media that results in you needing to connect with others who have already put in the time investment. You can buy your friends Undertale and expect them to play it if they're not too busy. Telling a friend to read Homestuck is giving them a quest that, if accepted, will spark an odyssey. To read someone's Homestuck is an act of love without true equivalent. Hashtag One Piece is indeed a homestuck. I kind of there's a very salient point here, honestly, that I kind of agree with. This line right here. An intimate experience with a piece of media. An intimate experience with a piece of media that results in you needing to connect with others who have already put in the time investment. I think that that's like, yeah, telling a friend to read Homestuck is giving them a quest. I think there's actually like a very salient point there. When you devote that much time to getting into something, the more effort it takes to get into something, sort of like the more it affects you in a way. And it's also sort of like you develop an emotional attachment purely because of the amount of effort that you have to put in. And it's kind of like if you reach the end, if you actually put in the amount of effort to get to the end, then you must have a pretty deep, a pretty strong emotional response to it, you know? You know, like if it's a short piece of media or something that can be experienced in a relatively short amount of time, it's like, you know, maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Maybe you lose like a couple hours of your time and it's like, well, you know, that was okay. You know, like you watch a bad movie, it's like you lose like 2.5 hours at most. You start reading something like Homestuck, you start reading like Higurashi. You have like you have like so much you have so many more opportunities to check out before the end. You have so much you have to go through before you actually reach the end. You know? You can't you can't finish the fucking 100-hour visual novel and not have a strong opinion about it. You know? Something compelled you to put in the amount of time it took to get to that point. The needing to connect to others part is you're 50-50 on. I think it's less like needing to connect to somebody and more like it's a pre-established connection, if that makes any sense. Like maybe you don't need to connect to other people about it, but like when you find somebody else who's also read all of One Piece or like who's also read all of Homestuck or whatever, it's like there's an instant connection there. There's like that instant feeling of like you know what's up. Maybe our specific opinions don't align, but it also sort of like it's sort of like it gives you a lot to talk about. It gives you a lot to think about, you know? It gives you easy access to conversation with this person when you have like hundreds, you have like dozens of hours of content to talk about, dozens of hours of opinions to talk about. Did we connect because we both played through Subterracore? Maybe in like a trauma bonding type of situation. I feel like Subterracore maybe drove a wedge in our relationship, honestly. I feel like my current read on the situation is that Subterracore maybe caused damage to our relationship. I don't know. Subterracore is the reason why I'll never trust a new chatter. I mean, we don't have to keep talking about that. I don't know. It's not all warnings. I distinctly remember being told at some point you want Subterracore. I was describing some idea that I had for a game or like a game mechanic, and I believe I was told you want Subterracore. Well, you didn't tell me not to do that, so you didn't tell me not to do that. You're caught up on One Piece? All right, thoughts, opinions, ideas, reactions? I feel like I had something else I wanted to say. I don't really know what it was. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I was pondering my attraction to the occult. I was pondering my attraction to like the occult and the supernatural and things like that. That sort of stuff, like it sort of has meaning because of how hard it is to interpret and how difficult it is to access. Like if you're gonna understand this stuff or you're gonna really make a real attempt to figure it out, You got to put a lot of effort in. It's not obvious what the meaning is. That sort of bleeds through into my taste in media. I like stuff that's not easy to understand. I like stuff that's hard to interpret. So I want a random card? What kind of card? What kind of card do you mean? I mean, playing cards don't really have much of a meaning attached to each individual card. I don't know about that one. I don't really think so. I don't know. I'm not really sure what vibe I'm getting from Emu right now. I gotta say. I do like the addition of the little black flame demons talking to each other in a very goofy fashion. I do like the addition of the little black flame spirits talking to each other in a very silly fashion. That's the kind of One Piece goofiness that I've come to expect. I don't know. I don't think I really do want to give it a try, if I'm being honest. I don't think I do want to give it a try. That was the name, Sex Pistols. We were just talking about that the other day. And by the other day, I mean like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago? I have no idea. But yes, I guess I can say this now. What I was really hoping for in the most recent, in this current One Piece arc, is I was really hoping, I feel like in order to up the stakes and establish a little bit of danger and a little bit of threat, we need to have the Straw Hats lose. We need to have the Elbath arc end with our main characters getting fucked up and not winning the fight. which I think is made. It seems like that might be what we're trending towards. I really hope that's what happens. I hope we don't get to the terminus of this arc and it's like, oh, they just get a power up and they win. That can happen next time. Or maybe they get a power up and they still lose. Luffy unlocks Gear 6 or whatever and they still fucking lose. One Piece is never gonna end. I think it's gonna end at some point. Maybe. No, I guess if we think about like, if we're really bearing this out and we think about like spin-offs and remakes and things like that, it's probably never gonna end. There's gonna be a new Evangelion series. Hold on. When did Neon Genesis Evangelion like actually air? I think like 1994, 1995. Okay. Neon Genesis Evangelion is a one season, like 24 episode anime series that aired in 1995. Sorry, 26 episode anime series that aired in 1995. We're still getting new material for that. So maybe you're right. Maybe One Piece is never going to end. Yeah, I don't see Emu being defeated here. Although I am interested. I've seen a bunch of theories that like I mean they're theories in quotes. I've seen a bunch of people talking about how Garling is potentially betraying the rest of his buddies. I feel like that's one of those theories that's basically confirmed at this point that Garling is up to something sneaky and there's going to be some weird shit going on. I think there's too many little hints at that happening for it to like not happen, you know? One Piece is only yeah, I mean yeah, I was about to say there's a bunch of much older stuff and like random comedy series. There's a bunch of like very obscure, like incredibly Japanese stuff that you've probably never even heard of in your entire life. That's much longer. Yeah, see, and you've also got stuff like the four panel manga, where it's like each chapter is literally just like a four panel strip. So those could be going on for much longer as well. Has Chopper done anything in the past 20 years? No, but the amount of characters that are relevant to the actual like story is dwindling as One Piece goes on, which is unfortunate, but you know. There are very few characters left who are allowed to do things. Yeah, they've been reduced to their gags or like looking at a fight happening over there and being like, "Whoa, that's crazy. Holy shit, look at what those guys are doing over there. That shit's fucking wacky, man." That's their entire character. Anyway, I have to piss really, really badly. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. All right. Oh. Oh. Everybody, I've got some bad news. I've got some bad news that's come to light. Some new revelations that have occurred during the break. I regret to inform you, during the brief intermission, I developed an incredibly strong desire to be called cute. I don't know what triggered it. I don't know what happened, but I suddenly feel an intense burning desire to be recognized as being cute. I know. I know. I know. You don't have to you don't have to you don't have to pretend. You don't have to hide your shock and your anger. I realize how devastating I realize how devastating news like this can be, but I felt like it was my duty to inform you. I felt like it was my duty to let you know. I only hope you'll be able to keep living. You'll be able to keep going on, soldiering on in this new world in which we live. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging, but I know it's possible. I know it's possible if we work together. Anyway, what do I want to listen to? I'm really not sure. I feel like I'm approaching my limit. I feel like oh jeez. I feel like I'm approaching my limit here, but we at least got to finish the outline of this fucking thing. We at least gotta do this. Oh yeah, I figured out something to potentially do for the charity stream this year. I think I figured out what I'm gonna do. I had an idea and the idea was vetoed by my partner in crime. So I've had to rethink how it's gonna work. I had an idea and I was told it's probably not gonna work. So I've had to restructure. But I think I know what I'm gonna do. Oh my god, I'm like about to fucking collapse. I'm about to fucking collapse. That's a beginning of a story idea that I have written down. Or I guess I don't have it written down, I have it in my brain. There's an artist character working at their tablet, and they're very, very, very sleepy, but they're pushing themselves too hard. And they doze off while they're working, and they smash their face against the tablet so hard that it causes a nosebleed. And then the title drop is the shot of what they're working on their drawing tablet, partially covered in blood from their nosebleed. Maybe one day. Am I the person that you've drawn the most in your life? I guess I'm also the person I've drawn the most in my life. I don't know. Probably at this point. But that's more vanity than anything else. I did not know. There was no kissing going on during the break. I wish. I could have asked. I don't know if I have enough time. I'm on a strict time budget during the breaks. I don't know if I had enough time. I would have had to have that pre-planned out. I don't know. I'm not sure this is quite it. I think it's close. I think it's pretty damn close, but I don't know if this is quite it. As far as the Goliath class is concerned. I think also probably the progression of weaponry is like the little tiny ones fire a very slow moving projectile. The two-legged ones fire maybe a little bit faster, maybe like a burst of three projectiles, you know, that track you a little bit. The bipedal ones fire a you know, like a sniper shot kind of laser, where it's like it takes a second to charge up, but then when it does, it's like, and it's like a sniper shot that goes very quickly. And then the huge ones would probably need at least multiple attacks, but it's more of a concentrated laser that like sweeps across the ground. The classic, like, you know, the laser shoots down and then like sweeps across and then blows up. Probably something like that. That would probably be pretty cool. That would probably be pretty cool. Where are these guys from? I don't remember exactly. Their name means mud. Apparently. At least in Russian. Yeah, where are these guys from? The Mire. Okay, that's a little bit more evocative. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure they're Polish. Yeah. I like my nice synth-infused acid jazz. I'm gonna have to actually buy their music too, because I can't really find it anywhere. I mean, what I really need to do is download SoulSeek and like start figuring that shit out. What I really need to do is just start using SoulSeek, but that's just another fucking thing I have to do. I have so many things I have to do. I feel like I made some good progress tonight, though. I'm liking how these enemies are turning out. I feel like I've got a very clear, like, I don't know, it makes sense. It makes sense to me. This one I think might need a revision or two, but I do still like it. I do still like it. I don't know. I think that might be it for tonight. I don't know if I really have anything else I want to I want to do. I'm crashing hard now, I think. I clung to life for as long as I possibly could, but I think I might have to fucking sling back into the mud. I might have to descend back into the mire now. It's only appropriate. One more thing first? What do you mean? What? Oh, it's a quick thing. Oh my god, I'm like, I'm freaking losing it. I hope I can make a good game one day. I'm trying. I hope I can make a game at all. I don't even know if I care if it's good. I was gonna say I hope I can make a good game one day. I don't even know if I care. I don't know if I even care about making a good game. I think I just care about making a game. It's time to sign off. Ah, shit. You're right, I am. Yeah, that is probably the face I would make if I was called cute. I don't know, this one is pretty cute. This is maybe the cutest one so far. Alright, wait, hold on. Hold on. Now that you're here, picture, I need to get your opinion. How do we feel about these designs? How do we feel about these designs so far? We've got the one that you're familiar with, obviously. We have the little guy. We have the two-legged guy. The idea that I'm thinking about right now is that they shoot at you and they fire their shots from like the main head node, and then sort of like the little concentric circles. There's like going to be this concentric circle design. They kind of center in and they focus and they fire out the shot. And then there's the huge one that you fight in the tank. There's the gigantic one. Like maybe the tank is like, I don't know, like this big or something. Probably smaller than that. Probably more like this big. You know? And it's like fucking zapping you. I don't know. I don't know what these plans are. I mean, I kind of know what these plans are, but I don't know exactly what they are. I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, and also the fish pack. This is very important. This is optional. This is day one. This is pre-order DLCs. You get the fish pack. This is pre-order day one cosmetic DLCs. You get the fish backpack. I don't know. I don't know if I know anything. There's a lot of plot threads developing in the OSE campaign right now. There's a lot of different avenues that could potentially be explored. My spirit is waning again. The flame of passion is guttering again. I don't know. You just developed one over the past night as well? Stop doing that. Don't do that. There's too many already. There's too many. Does it involve your character? Does it involve the character you're playing right now? I warned you. I warned you about that. Stop. I thought we all learned our lesson on that one. I thought we all learned our lesson about intense emotional attachment. It's a very Buddhist rule system when you think about it, you know? Suffering arises from attachment. That's really the lesson I'm trying to teach everybody. You need to divorce your your conception of reality from the idea of self. There is no individual. There is no I. Suffering arises from attachment to the material world. I'm trying to help you transcend. That's my real goal. Anyway, I do have to stop the stream now. I have already gone on for way too long. I do have to stop the stream now. I've already overstayed my welcome. Already overstayed my welcome on this mortal plane of existence. I need to leave as well. I need to go to the spirit dimension. I need to free myself of the flesh. But yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you all had a good time. I tried. I put forth my best effort on this stream. It was maybe too much work. It was maybe too much effort. No, I gotta stop. My manager told me I gotta stop. My supervisor told me I'm talking too much shit right now. I think he was right. I think that's probably true. I do need to stop. I am talking too much shit right now. But yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you all had a good time. I hope everybody enjoyed. I will be back tomorrow, probably with something. I will probably, maybe, potentially be doing something tomorrow. If I feel like it. I can't guarantee. I can guarantee nothing. Does anybody want to pick up some Japanese with me? There's this random Japanese person that followed me at some point, and they're streaming right now, so I don't know. I think I might raid them. We can say what's up. Or at least I can say what's up. Or maybe nobody can say anything. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope everybody had a good time. I think that's probably about it. I think that's probably about all I gotta say. But yeah, I love you all. You're all wonderful people. Oh, they don't accept incoming raids. Fuck. Damn. Good intentions thwarted. Good intentions thwarted. Oh well. Anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you all had a good time.